I'm Father Bill Albinger, and I'm the priest of Holy Innocents Episcopal Church in Lahaina and Vice President of Clergy here at FACE. Immigration policy and laws are federal matters. The system has been broken for many years and is unresponsive to today's realities and people's needs. Unfortunately, Congress has been unable or unwilling to deal responsibly with these matters, despite the best efforts by senators and representatives of both parties. Even worse, immigration issues are being used for political advantage, trying to pit one group against another, and in the process ignoring the needs of real people, real families, and our economy. Susanna said that she forgives the police officer. Well, we can forgive individuals. Of course we can. That's what we're called to do. But it's not a question of incidents. It's a question of policies, of where our hearts are and how we treat one another. At our recent rally, we heard of families being kept apart for years and years, despite their best efforts to bring their mothers or their children to this country to reunite the family. We heard of hardworking people who've been here for years, raising their families, sending their kids to our schools and high schools, paying their taxes, some having businesses. We've heard of families where members are documented and others are not, all of them at risk for being torn apart at a moment's notice, at a police stop, at their jobs, at a job rate, any number of ways. Local businesses are facing huge fines and penalties for small administrative errors. But most importantly, a whole class of hard-working, for the most part, nice, decent people are being treated and viewed as criminals, not because they commit crimes here on Maui, not because they prey on law-abiding citizens, but solely because of their status under federal laws that are not working and our legislators refuse to fix. This situation is creating problems for cities and counties all over the country. Many local law enforcement agencies are being pulled in to do the work of the Immigration and Customs Enforcement that is the responsibility of the federal government, which won't fix these laws. This has led to a number of problems. The diversion of precious police time and assets from enforcing local laws and protecting people from real criminals, diverting those resources to enforcing federal immigration matters. It creates a climate of distrust and fear of the local police within significant community groups and results in a lack of community cooperation with the police. That isn't good for any of us. We all need to help the police to create public safety for all of us. In some communities, it's had a corrosive effect on the integrity of some officers. When so much power is given to them without adequate policies, appropriate procedures, and good training, it's a temptation. And this harms everyone. The laws concerning the involvement of local law enforcement with federal ICE are complicated and unclear. Cities and counties throughout the U.S. have taken different positions. Reasonable minds can differ. But when they differ, sometimes it can only be resolved in court. And this is where we in Maui may end up. Following this meeting, FACE will have its attorneys contact the Office of Corporate Counsel of Maui County to discuss the relationship between local law enforcement and ICE. We will try to work this out local style, in good faith, good, open, face-to-face conversation. And hopefully policies and procedures, appropriate training, will be worked out. But where there are no policies, no procedures, there is no accountability. And when there is no accountability, bad things happen. That serves no one's interest, certainly not the public safety. So if we cannot settle this issue, we will go to court. That's why courts exist, to settle differences where reasonable parties, reasonably trying to help, cannot resolve the issue themselves. This is serious stuff. It affects real people's lives, it affects Maui's families, and the public safety of all of us. We have to be adults about it. Police work is tough work, and our police do a good job. They put themselves in situations for our benefit and safety, so we don't have to. And many of our police officers are members of our families and of our churches. We in our churches honor them for their work, and especially also we honor their families for the support and sacrifice they give to their police officers. Our chief and the officers have hard work to do. However, we believe that their immigration work with ICE is not being conducted in accordance with best practices and lacks proper policies, documentation, procedures, and training. We expect that by the next annual meeting, this issue will be resolved and there will be changes in the way they do immigration work with the communities on Maui. We did not look for this issue. It came to us. It came to me when I saw some hard-working people I know who have been here for years in shackles and plastic handcuffs with their heads hanging in shame on Front Street, my street. It's not a matter of politics, it is a matter of faith. The Hebrew Scriptures, God admonishes God's people to treat the alien in their midst with justice and compassion, and to respect the dignity of every human being. No, we cannot change the national policy, but we can treat our brothers and sisters with the dignity that every human being deserves. Amen.